What do you want? What do you truly want? What do you want out of your life? What do you want out of your family? What do you want in your job and career and your relationships? You have to think about what you want. Think about that for just a second. Stop for a moment. Think about what you truly want out of life. What's your biggest goal right now? Now, I'm not saying you have to pick your biggest life goal to work on at this moment. What at this moment, though, is the most important thing that you want to achieve? It can be a short-term goal, it can be a long-term goal. It doesn't matter. Think about what truly would make you happy to accomplish. Not what others think would make you happy. Not what you think you should think. What do you really think would make you happy? That's your dream you should focus on. Now, I'm sure you have dreams. Maybe you had some a long time ago. Maybe you gave up on them. Maybe you forgot about them. Maybe you have dreams you're working on now, and maybe you're frustrated that things aren't going the way you think they should be. Maybe you tried so hard you don't see you could try any harder, and you're still not where you want to be. The thing is, you can't sit around and blame others for the fact you're not where you want to be. You can't sit around and have regrets. Oh, if I only would have done that. You just have to accept the fact that your dreams, whether you accomplish them or not, whether you become successful, whether you're happy, it's all up to you. It's not your family, it's not your colleagues, it's not your friends, it's not the world, it's nothing except you. And when you decide that you are going to achieve your dreams, that is when you truly become unstoppable. That is the force that's going to drive you forward. And a lot of times I think the problem with people and their dreams is the fact they look at the dreams like, wow, that's so huge of a dream. How am I ever going to accomplish it? It just looks like this enormous mountain that they're like, how on earth am I going to climb that? And the fact is, it all starts with one single step. You can't climb the mountain, in one giant leap. You have to take one step at a time, one foot in front of the other, climb the mountain. And when you climb that mountain, it's going to be broken down to tiny little steps. Tiny steps that's so easy to accomplish. You're going to take one step, and you're going to be like, hey, that was easy. That was one tiny little step. I'm that much further up the mountain. Doesn't matter if there's a million more steps to go. You take another step, put one foot in front of the other, and you keep going. There's so many little steps to achieving a dream. It's like you can break down any goal into tiny little steps. Let's say that you want to drive across the country. That may seem, wow, that's going to be difficult. Well, first, you're going to have to get up off wherever sitting or standing. You're going to have to pack your suitcase. You have to put, one thing at a time into your suitcase. You're going to have to make your preparations one thing at a time. Maybe arrange for a neighbor or something to watch your stuff while you're gone. You're going to have to make all these little tiny steps to be the big step. If you want to, it doesn't matter where you want to drive. You want to drive somewhere, you have to pick up your keys. You have to walk across the floor, one step after another. You have to open the door. You have to shut the door. You have to, go lock the door. You have to go to the sidewalk. You have to get in your car. That involves unlocking, open the door handle, etc., etc. Anything can be broken down to small steps. And that is, when you realize that even if your goal it seems very far away, you need to start as soon as possible. You can't sit around and wait. You can't sit around thinking that, I'm just going to sit on the sofa one day and suddenly someone's going to knock at my door and it's going to be an opportunity knocking. Hey, you want to make $1 million? Or you want to have the perfect life? That's not going to happen. You have to get up and you have to do something about it. Nothing is going to change unless you change. And you have to decide to change, and you're going to have to decide that over and over again. You can't just decide once, I'm going to change, because you're going to start changing, and then you'll probably face some sort of setbacks somewhere along the way, and then you're going to be back stagnant and everything like you were before, and not doing all that much, even if you're doing a lot, not making that much progress that's making you feel satisfied and happy with what you're doing. You are going to have to keep deciding that you are going to get what you want. Every time someone tells you no, you're going to have to decide again that you're going to go after it. You're going to have to say yes to that no. You're going to have to keep going. You keep walking. Even when they say no, even when, if you face a setback or a roadblock, you just have to keep walking. Because the truth is, you cannot fail unless you give up. Now, I don't know if you have ever wanted to give up on your goal before or not, but the fact is, if you keep trying, then anything can happen. But if you give up, the goal is over. There's no possible chance that it could change. And that's why it's important that you keep redeciding that you are going to get what you want. You have to keep telling yourself, I'm going to do this. When someone tells you no, when you face some sort of setback, you have to say, I am going to get what I want. You have to declare that to yourself over and over again. Because unless you do, you're going to go, maybe it would be easier if I gave up. You have to make it so that success is your only option. You have to do whatever it is you need to do to make it so you see that success is the only outcome that you will accept. Let's say you're driving to your friend's house. Let's say you're driving and you get lost all of a sudden. You don't know where your friend's house is. Are you just going to give up and you're just going to drive back home? Oh, sorry, friend. I couldn't get to your house because I got lost. No, you're not going to accept that outcome. You're going to call up your friend. You're going to look at the map. You're going to ask somebody you see along the way. You're going to say, how do you get to this road? You're going to do something so that in the end you get to your friend's house. Because think of how disappointed your friend would be if you're driving. You're like, hey, I'm going to visit you. I haven't seen you in a long time. And then you're driving and you give up along the way. Your friend's not going to be happy. You're not going to be happy. You missed out on seeing your friend. You gave up. You're not going to do that. You're not going to accept that. And because you're not going to accept it, you have to keep driving. You have to keep doing whatever you can, turn around, retrace your steps, do whatever you can, get back to the road. And then eventually, it's inevitable, you're going to end up at your friend's house. You're going to succeed because you kept going. I cannot explain how important it is to keep going even when you face setbacks. Somebody tells you no, it doesn't matter. Some of the most successful people in the world tried and failed repeatedly. Countless publishers turned down J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter books, and now they're one of the best-selling books of all time. So many famous people have been told no so many times, but they kept going, and because of that, they became enormously successful. Thomas Edison tried and failed 10,000 times to make the light bulb, and when someone asked him why he failed, he said, I didn't fail, I found 10,000 ways that don't work. He did not accept not finding a good way to make a light bulb as an option. The only thing he would accept is succeeding. And that's how you have to be. And I will admit, it takes courage. It takes bravery. And you may not think that you're that brave or that strong or whatever to be able to do it, but you are. By doing repeatedly things that bring you closer to your goal, you become stronger and braver. You get that courage in the journey. You may not have it when you start out, but through the journey to get what you need, you get the courage and strength you need to accomplish it and to reach that end point. And as Walt Disney said, all dreams are possible if you have the courage to pursue them. And because of that, if you have courage and you know that you are not going to accept failure, if you burn that bridge behind you, that bridge allows you to retreat and go back to your safe, normal life where you're not satisfied with the way things are. You can't go back. You just have to keep going. If you have to keep going, it's inevitable you are going to reach where you want to be. You just have to. And if you don't give up, if you don't accept failure, you are going to succeed. And that is why I know that if you keep going, if you keep trying, if you have determination and believe in yourself and believe in your dreams and become unstoppable, then anything is possible. I know that you can do this. Thank you.